Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 5th episode of Carnival Cruising Podcastaways, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything Carnival Cruising related. My name is Trevor Shelby, and joining me on this kooky cruising adventure is my good friend, Thomas Kennedy.
Hi.
How you doing, Tom?
I'm great. It's been a long weekend, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Granted, you know, we are actually recording this a few days before this comes out. So, I mean, it was a long weekend, you know, even though it wasn't a long weekend.
It really was. I had a lot going on, man.
Yeah. You tearing apart your son's car.
Yeah, tearing apart a car, traveling across the state. It's a lot of fun, but you know, I can barely walk today, so my back hurts like you wouldn't believe. So yeah, it's been interesting. So I'm merely surviving by ibuprofen right now. But no. Besides all that, it was a good weekend. I had, you know, a lot of fun. But yeah, so I'm very happy.
I wouldn't watch Spider-Man this weekend. That was a great movie.
You know, now that you say that, I'm kind of jealous if that is on the Vista or any other the ships that have the IMAX theater. That would be amazing.
It is on the ships right now. Man, they have the IMAX.
That takes me to a whole nother level with planning cruises, because you got to be like, okay, so what movies are coming out?
Well, I find it funny that you're jealous of those people who are watching it on the ships when, you know, you're not really a superhero movie type of guy.
No, I'm not. I like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this has the old Spider-Man in it, I think. So you're
spoiling. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, I guess. I don't know. We'll cut that out. It's got Tobey Maguire in it, which is why I want to see it. You know.
Oh my God.
He's the actor that was in that horse movie. Wink, wink. So, in other movies around that time. Wink, wink. So, yeah, no. I mean, if you're a big Spider-Man fan and you haven't hit that spoiler yet, then I don't think you're really a Spider-Man fan, because I am not a Marvel fan and I have that spoiler down. So,
dude, it took me until this week to watch it, and it's been out since before Christmas.
Yeah.
So are you saying I'm not a true Marvel fan?
You're not a true Marvel fan. If you didn't know that was coming, come on, that was in the news everywhere.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't listed on like IMDb or anything that they were in it before.
Of course
before
not.
It came out. And yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can't spoil the surprise. So that's, you know, and we can't spoil the surprise for our listeners, because we have a pretty good lineup today of pretty good topics here. So the first one was something that Mr. Kennedy here pointed out to me, was a message that was sent to John. And I really think that, like, we should start a segment that's like, you know, who asked John? Or something.
I mean, I really think this needs to become a poll, like on the group page or something.
Yeah. Well, and this one is pretty top, but to me, like, John gets hit with some of the most crazy questions or just all out rude remarks thrown at him.
Oh yeah.
So
like a lady today was complaining that he didn't say anything about an apartment fire in New York.
Yeah.
He's in England. They don't report that on the national news. I didn't know anything about a fire in New York.
Yeah. So we should have a segment and we just call it Bleep John. And the bleeping is actually covering us saying hug.
Right.
It's like a metaphor. Anyways.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. I'll put something together where I might sing a little, you know. Let's ask John. Let's ask John.
Ask John.
Let's ask John.
Ask John.
Oh my gosh. What does John have to say? Okay, so yeah, go ahead and read this. I'll put some music to that. We'll get a good little thing going. All right.
Okay. So this was posted on the 8th on John's page. It says Carnival must stop allowing its passengers to order more than one item off the menu. We were on the Magic last week for New Year's Eve. We had a blast, and the New Year's Eve party was awesome. The only negative comment was after watching the gluttons of our at our table and on other tables order lots of appetizers and main courses and leaving large portions each time uneaten. I was talking to one of the waiters, and he told us that 2.5 tons is the average waste of food on a 7 night cruise. I think of all the poor people who would kill just for a bite or two. One thing Carnival can do is stop allowing people to order as much as they want unless any extra dish is charged for. That would stop food wasters.
Let's paraphrase this first. So to paraphrase, she was having a great cruise and she was really bothered by someone else that wasn't a part of her cruise, and or that was a part of a cruise but not part of her group, that was ordering too much food and maybe not eating it all and letting it go to waste.
Yeah, exactly. And that 2.5 tons does not include the fact that they throw out anything that is cooked but not eaten, like off the buffet.
Exactly. There's got to be a lot of wasted food on Lido.
Everything is pre-made anyway, but before you get there, they just plate it up and you take it, and the waiters take it. So if you don't eat in MDR, you got to think of the wasted food that was made but wasn't ordered.
Right.
So, I mean, probably a lot of vegetarian dishes because, I think your wife is the only vegetarian that goes on cruises.
I don't think she's the only. They got lots of vegetarian options.
Oh, I know. And I hear a lot of vegetarians and vegans complain that there's no vegetarian options, which I've seen your wife her eyes get huge at some of the options that they have.
Yes, they must not be going to main dining. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
If you go to main dining, there's always at least one or two really good options for people that are vegetarians. I don't know about vegans. That's a little more strict, and so I don't know how many options there are for them because I've never really taken that into consideration. But for people that are vegetarians, you will be quite pleased with trying out new foods, especially if you haven't tried like Indian food. Oh my gosh. They've got some vegetarian Indian dishes that I like. So there you go.
I used to love going on the Magic. They had the tandoori on the back of the Lido buffet. And oh man, I love that.
Yeah. On the topic here with ordering extra, I have to be honest. And I will say, I'm going to be very honest here. I am one of those people that order more than one dish at the main dining room. I will order multiple of certain things. So like when the entrees come, I get at least 2 of the shrimp. So
the appetizers?
Huh? Yeah, the appetizers. Yeah. So I get 2 orders of shrimp. I eat them all. I don't waste it. On the day that we have lobster, I'll get 2 lobster. And that's mainly because the lobster is typically kind of small. So I like getting it extra. So
well, I mean, I'm the same way, I mean, I get, especially if they have like stuff from the island that we just came from,
Exactly.
There's something that you wouldn't normally eat. Like I see a lot would not have ordered escargot at a restaurant, but they go and they see escargot on the menu for one night and they get it plus another appetizer because you don't know if you're going to like it or not.
Right.
And it's already included in why not try the food, And especially on formal nights, whenever they have prime rib and lobster, you got to get the surf and turf.
Exactly. So that's that. I had that on my mind too. I don't know. I really do feel like that ordering multiple things is, as long as you're not going to put it to a huge waste and you plan on eating it, I think that it's perfectly fine.
I think she needs to watch this series on Paramount Plus that's all about cruise ships and look at how much food they bring on.
Right. If you're bothered, I think, by one person's like lack of eating their extra food, you're going to be real bothered by some other things. But I don't know how to put it nicely. I just feel like I'm not for them charging anything extra for that. I do feel like that yes, there's wasted food, but you see that everywhere. If you especially
Yeah.
buffets. Oh my god,
Yeah.
how much food is wasted on the Lido itself? It
Exactly.
is out
I
of that
mean,
2.5 tons, I bet you 1.5 is probably all from Lido.
exactly. And if you want to pay for one entree, buy something off of the steakhouse selections that they have, which is $25, and then get one of the free ones. You know.
Exactly. So how do you guys feel about this? Is this something that you feel like that is something that needs to be addressed? Do we need to charge for this? Or is this something that needs to maybe we look at addressing this in other ways? Message us on our Facebook page or our Facebook group. You can find us at Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. Let us know how you feel, and maybe in a future episode we'll bring this back up and read some of y'all's answers. So it'll be very interesting to kind of get other people's takes than just our own. This week, one of the things that we're going to talk about is actually suggested by a listener. So we got Nick over on our Facebook page. He is a honorary member of the podcasting team now, I think, since now he's given us an excellent topic to talk about. So Nick wanted us to talk about our favorite room types, which is for whatever reason. I mean, by episode 5, you think we would have addressed that by now for like an easy picking, good episode topic, and we just haven't.
Yeah. I mean, we were discussing it earlier before we started recording, and I hadn't realized how many different types of rooms I've been in. About the only ones I haven't been in are a suite or a Cloud 9. I haven't tried the Havana ones yet, or an interior.
Right.
So, but I will probably never be in an interior because I am claustrophobic when it comes to that. But like I've been in an ocean view, a deluxe ocean view, a cove balcony, a regular balcony.
I've been in an interior. I've been in a cove balcony. I've been in a regular balcony. And I've been in a spa 9, one of their balconies, and in an interior room with them. So, out of those room types, what is your favorite room type and why?
Well, I'm kind of torn between the cove balcony and the regular balcony. I like the cove balcony because you are closer to the water, and it is the balcony is actually built into the ship, so it's a lot cozier. I think a lot more private than just being hanging off the side of the ship. But you get more room space if you get the ones that's hanging dangling off the side of the ship, and you're up higher, so you're closer to things. I think I'm just going to go with a regular balcony.
Okay, fair enough. For me, having been in the Cloud 9 suite, not suite, but the interior and the balcony room, you would think I would kind of gravitate towards those, and I won't, because both times I just didn't enjoy the balcony. I did not enjoy the balcony nearly enough, to not as much as I would as if I was in another type of balcony. And some of our more seasoned people might say, well, it's the same kind of balcony. And the particular balcony I was in was the very front room of the ship on that floor, and there was nothing blocking the wind from the front.
Windbreak?
It did not have a windbreak, and so if you stepped out on that balcony, you felt like you're going to be blown like off the ship. And that was for my wedding cruise. Now, I will say I had a blast that cruise. I just didn't enjoy the balcony as much as I did other balconies. And so that's kind of soured my taste on a regular balcony, even though every other balcony isn't like that one. But I think probably my favorite is kind of the opposite view, is the cove balcony. And it's because you're kind of recessed there in the ship. You have a really cool up close view of the water.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people that I absolutely need a one of those like sounds like to kind of lull you to sleep. So like
White noise.
like a white noise kind of thing. So my Alexa does it for me every single night for the past few years. I've just said, Alexa, play Thunderstorm, and she's been happy, very happy to tell me that, oh God, I hope all of our listeners didn't just get a bunch of thunderstorm there. Anyways, so I apologize. I have to watch that. We need to note down in the future we don't say, Alexa, play Carnival Cruising Podcastaways.
Well, see, I had a fun time in that in the cove balcony. I'm still giggling. Jeez. I had a lot of fun in the cove balcony because I actually
stop.
Did it really start playing?
It
Oh,
did.
wow. I've been in 2 cove balconies, I think. I can't remember though. But I was dangling over the side whenever we were leaving Galveston Harbor, and I could see I was videotaping the pilot ship, the pilot captain getting off the boat.
Right.
Yeah, and that was pretty cool because you could see all that.
Yeah.
I think it was that. I don't.
That was
cove balcony.
We had the cove balcony when we were. Remember, we were in Jamaica that time, and they had that huge.
Oh yeah.
They had that huge send off, and we got a lot of video of that, which was a lot of fun. And this band, these kids that probably ranged from 8 years old all the way up to probably late teens. And they were good.
That little kid was just the dirtiest kid you ever saw in your life.
He was up to no good. He was grinding on the passengers there. But we got some pretty cool video of that. Maybe if I can source some of that down, we'll post it up on our Facebook page. But it was one of those, like, it's cool being that close to the action to me. Like, whenever you're in a cove balcony, you're so close to that water. Like I said, it's like the white noise. You can hear it all the time. I prop my door open just a tad bit and let that noise really hit the room.
Whenever you have pier runners and you're yelling at them, you can hear them yell back.
Exactly. So I have yet to see any really, really good pier runners, which we need to put a few more videos of those on our Facebook page as well.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like it. I also, that's when we got to see the poo dolphin and all the flying fish. So it was
the poo dolphin.
You forgot about that, didn't you?
Oh God.
So anyways, yeah, we saw a dolphin. It was really interesting. So, but yeah, no, that's my favorite.
I'd say the regular balcony is mine. I don't know why, it just is. Probably because I'm closer to the upper decks, you know.
Right. So for our last topic today, we had a little bit of undertaking, okay? So between Tom and I, we've been to about 16 or 17 different eateries on different ships. We haven't been to every eatery on the ships that's
all
available.
The new stuff that's on the XL ships and the big chicken that's on the Radiance and the XL ships, we have not touched.
Yeah, we haven't touched those. So, but we have eaten a lot. Okay, we're very passionate about food. So
I was under the impression when we set this up it was 5, but you said 10. I'm like, I'm having a hard time with 5. Come on.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we've had some arguments, almost got in a fist fight earlier. And so we've taken those 15, 16, 17 restaurants and we have listed our top 10 favorites. So buckle up, bucko. We're going for a ride. Okay. So This one, I'm going to start at number 10 and I'm going to work my way down to number 1. Number 1 being the best. So that's how I ordered mine here. So number 10, I've got the very controversial green eggs and ham breakfast. And I got to say, I drug my like 16-year-old child to this brunch basically, and it's breakfast, but it is geared for young children. But I saw the menu and I just had to go. They had the Fruit Loop encrusted French toast, and that's all I wanted to go there for. And I gotta say, it was amazing. I happened to got the Cat in the Hat's autograph. Thank you very much. It was awesome. And
Was it really the Cat in the Hat?
it was, yeah,
It was it the fake one?
it was the real one. This ship had the real one.
Okay.
And that's what they told me. Thing 1 and 2 were there, and it was very cool. It was kind of exciting, and we definitely stuck out like a sore thumb with having an older teenager there amongst all the little kids. But I needed a good reason to be there. Okay. Number 9, I put GG's. I don't quite remember my experience at GG's except for that I enjoyed it. So I don't have much to say about it. There's picture evidence that I was there.
Yeah, you holding the menu.
Yeah. But I don't quite remember it. But I do remember the food was good. And we found out that Chairman Mao was a interesting person. And I don't know if I want his pig anymore.
I don't think so.
So yeah, you can look that up on Wiki. Number 8 is the Sea Day brunch. I really enjoy the Sea Day brunch. It's a good thing to just get out on a lazy day. It's not as good as main dining, and a lot of the stuff is kind of like you can kind of get it up there on Lido. But this, it's packed together, it's fresh, it's good. You get somebody, you get a nice waiter, and you have a good time. And I honestly find the brunches and the breakfasts that they're really good to actually meet other people on the ship. So, because you're usually seated randomly with other people. So that's always fun. The number 7, I put the 24-hour room service. I use this often. So, especially for first breakfast.
Twice a day.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. They put a little card in your room, and if you stick it out there before a certain time, they will actually take your breakfast order for the next day. And you put on what time you want your breakfast to show up. And so I always get up at the same time every day. And so they will bring me my food. And it's very nice.
Up at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, well,
And you could do that from the TV.
It's automatic. I've already done it, and I don't have to worry about it. And they are always on time. Just make sure you give them a little tip when they do it. They have to carry all that, or take all your food up there along with other people's food. And so it's always nice to give them a little tip there. The number 6, I put Bonsai Sushi. Bonsai Sushi was the caterer for my wedding, and I actually really, really like it. It was hard to put them so low on this list. They didn't even make top 5. But I absolutely love Bonsai Sushi. I eat it every time I go on a ship with it. So it's good. And number 5, this made it in the top 5, but this is gonna shock Tom. The steakhouse. I did not rank it super high, and here's why. It's a personal thing, because I love the steakhouse. It's good food, but I'm usually cruising with my family who don't eat like a whole lot of steak and stuff. So I would have to go by myself most of the time when I go. So if I've got Tom with me, he's always game to go eat some steak. But
yeah, I am.
But yeah, for me, it's only going to make number 5 on my list. And ranking above the steakhouse, I've got at number 4, the 24-hour pizza. 24-hour pizza, it has magical curing technology built in. They don't tell you this, but you should believe it. If you are hungover, if you are feeling seasick, get an entire greasy pizza and eat all of it. You will feel fantastic.
Because it's greasy.
I know, and it works, and it's there for a reason. And they don't tell you why, but that's it. I know it. It's a conspiracy theory. Hashtag 24-hour pizza medicine.
Well, I mean, the only actual greasy one is the pepperoni.
Yeah.
If you get the prosciutto, it's not as greasy.
It's not as, but it's got a little. But
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, seriously. And like Tom said, get the pepperoni. That's good, and it's gonna make you feel better, especially if you're not feeling well. So the number 3, I got Guy's Burgers. It's a staple now. I can't go if the cruise does not have Guy's Burgers. Why am I going? It is like I have to have it, man. It is so good.
I think they all have it now.
So. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. Used to, back in the day, you would have to be like, man, it's not a dream class. Does it have guys? So,
well, I mean, the Magic didn't have guys for
for a while,
time.
yeah. And
your number 1? My
number 1 is the lasagna that made me cry. So I had to go Italian. The cucina, man, it is the best lunch option. It is. I mean, we went over it pretty well last episode. If you don't know my feelings about the cucina, you need to just listen to there, because I cried crocodile tears the first time I had that, and it's no joke. It was so good.
I'm just sorry they don't have a vegetarian option for that lasagna so your wife can experience it.
I know. Maybe someday, but she likes pasta, and she always gets the pasta bar. So that there is my top 10 list.
That's nice. Yeah. I mean, there are some moving around, and one that I probably wouldn't even have on there.
Yeah.
Because the only option I would pick was that goop encrusted French toast, which would put me in a diabetic coma probably.
Yeah.
And I don't even have diabetes. So, I mean, geez. Okay. So my number 10 is going to be the deli. I love the deli. I go there and I'll get a ham and cheese panini or chicken wrap or something like that. And they're open 24 hours, just like the pizza place. And if you want something light, that is definitely the place to get light for lunch or for dinner. Even I'm going to say the buffet at breakfast, because they have, I mean, they have everything there, of course, but the main thing I'm going there for is an omelet or the salmon eggs Benedict.
Right.
If you've never had one of those, it takes eggs Benedict to a whole new level. If you like eggs Benedict, I grabbed 2 of those and some fruit, and I'm good to go until second lunch.
There you go.
Or second breakfast, I mean. Yeah. So that was number 9, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
God, this is so hard. The C-Day barbecue for number 8. That's really good. It's not the same. I mean, it's not called C-Day barbecue now. It's now it's Guy's Barbecue, and they actually have a sit-down restaurant in the XL class ships.
Right.
But I mean, for a bunch of a bunch of people who probably don't know barbecue, that's real barbecue.
Yeah.
So
it's real good too. And I will say, having had the guys version, and that there's not a whole lot of difference. It's just kind of like they just threw guys name that's on the ship, not the actual restaurant. I'm just talking
Yeah.
about the sea day thing, and it's very reminiscent of the two. I don't know what changed menu wise, or even recipe wise.
I don't think anything changed recipe wise. Let's see here. Am I on number 7 or number 6? So yeah, there was the deli, Lido breakfast. That was okay. So I'm number 7.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go bonsai sushi. Now, there's their sushi is good for the price. I mean, you're gonna pay $5 a roll, which is pretty comparable to the prices on land if you're getting it at kind of a middle of the road sushi place, and it's good, but not the best in my honest opinion. Then we got Gigi's for number 6, just because the food was good but not memorable, except
Right.
for the pork belly. That's where it gets really hard.
This is the tough part here.
I'm gonna go 24-hour pizza. It ranks below the other ones because there's not any ranch at some of at like midnight.
Yeah.
Which really, I mean, pizza and ranch go together like peas and carrots. I mean, that's just wrong that they don't have ranch with their damn pizzas. You can beep out that word. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. All right, at this point, I'm going to edit in the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire like tense music.
I'm going to come in with number 4 being the steakhouse.
Oof, that hurt him.
That steakhouse is delicious, okay, but the 3 that I got coming will definitely make up for it. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Dining room is number 3. That's because I can get surf and turf included, and a chocolate melting cake with 2 scoops of ice cream. So yeah, and a tie for number 1 is Guy's Burger and the Kachina. I cannot place either of those 2 above each other, so it's a tie 1 and 2.
There you go. There you have it. A top 10.
It was so hard, man.
Oh, it's
so
okay.
hard.
It's okay. We're gonna have to go to therapy after this.
I will.
And then at one point we're gonna go somewhere and like have 24-hour pizza that's gonna be like the best ever, and we should have ranked it higher, and we're gonna be like apologizing to the chef there. I should have ranked you higher. I should have ranked you higher. So, yeah.
My omelet person would have listened to it. Aren't you Thomas from Carnival Cruising Podcastaways? No omelet for you.
I only ranked at 9. Okay, so speaking of omelets there, what do you think? Do you like going to the breakfast to get your omelet, or do you like going to the omelet station for your omelet? What do you like doing better?
I like going to the omelet station because you get to make it and you get to pick your own ingredients.
Right.
To, a pre-selected type of omelet. You can get at the sea day or the port day breakfast. You choose from Denver, Spanish or whatever.
Right.
But there's just something about an omelet station watching it being made.
Yeah, it's like dinner and a show kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's nice because they're always really animated. They're flipping it and they're doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and not to mention they do eggs, made to order there too.
They do eggs.
Yeah. Oh God.
Sorry, I do that to
I
Megan all
hate
the
you
time.
sometimes.
She does that too. Oh man, that's where the eggs come from. Oh, gross. Don't worry, this won't be in the podcast. So that is our list there, and that is actually the episode. Thank you guys for listening this week. Make sure you do drop over there at the Facebook page.
I hate you.
Carnival
really do.
Cruising Podcast Aways. Join our Facebook group as well. It's we're going to be posting some more stuff in there and having a good time. But here soon, we've got some special projects, some little things that we're going to get lined up here soon. So it'll be a lot of fun. Definitely check that out. Tom, do you want to send us out?
Well, thank you guys for listening and keeping us going, because this is what we enjoy. So thank you for listening, and remember, everything that happens on the boat stays on YouTube.
See ya.
Bye.